I love you, my nigga.
I love you too, bro.
Well, back to the interview. That was a jail call, so, I had to press that file.
That's someone close to you?
Yeah, that's what man got life sentence.
Damn.
They been going about 20 years.
Damn.
I still hold him down though,
So, back to what we were talking. We were talking about jail. You said that it started when you were young at 14.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you were in jail?
I came home in 2013.
2013.
After doing 13 years, well, 12 years, 8 months.
Wow.
Almost 13 years in feds.
Wow. How was that?
It was a crazy experience, but,
Yeah.
I got accustomed to going in and out, but that was a stretch.
Yeah.
After a decade, it's like, damn, you got to change your life.
What would you say was the biggest thing you learned in there and during that experience?
How the system could railroad you. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning, I done seen people in there get 30 years for 3 grams of crack. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people get 10 years for a Kia coat.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's like when the crack disparity hit, it was like really targeted to minorities, and it really affected us. So, when Joe Biden became vice president, that was like one of the first things that was the only thing he was talking about, was the crack disparity and how he's going to change it, and what he did back in 2016.
Yeah.
Like, if he wouldn't have changed it, a lot of people still be locked up right now. As soon as he changed it, I was inside. I'm a violent offender, so I ain't get no airplay, but the brothers that did, I seen them every day, like, just packing people out. You gotta get off the compound, you ain't on the scout, like, their sentences got overturned, and they ain't even know it. But that was the work of Joe Biden, changing that crack disparity. But with the feds, it shows you that your past can come back and haunt you. Meaning that you can have an extensive record and you're caught with something this small and do a life sentence. So it's like, as the youth and that's getting in trouble now, they just building you up for that big house. Because once you go to the feds, they look at your charge, but they're looking at your history as well. So once they combine that two together, like they got the sentencing chart, you'll be doing 20, 30 years for something you do get probation for in the state. So, that was the thing that woke my eyes up. I was like, damn, it's all this shit that I'm out here doing worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it made you kind of regret everything, or?
No, I ain't gonna regret nothing I ever did, because I learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Whether there was a negative outcome or a positive outcome. Sometimes I take my negativity as a learning experience. Just like when you get in a relationship with XYZ, it don't work out. Even you got a business relationship with your man, it don't work out. I don't look at it as, oh, he's a fucked up individual, or I fucked up. It's just a learning experience. It didn't work for us. You know what I mean? And I know next time not to go back down that road. So that's how, today I take shit. Back when I was younger, I would have took it and, probably turned into something real negative. You owe me money, or I owe you money, or fuck you, or fuck me. And next thing you know, we worn out. So,
So 13 years.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind when they tell you 13 years? What are you doing during those 13 years to occupy your time, to stay?
I was working out, getting in trouble. What I wanted to make sure I came home and my parents are still alive. But 10 years, 10 plus is a long time. My parents getting old, so I'm just like, damn, I just want to be out there with my parents one more time. You know what I mean?
And while you were going through this tough time in your life, Would you? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you even consider it a tough time, or?
Yeah, man, the prison ain't that easy about prison. You know, it's just, it's about adapting to your environment and making the best of it.
Yeah.
I did 14 months in solitary confinement, which they call it the SHU, Special Housing Unit. Like, I was under investigation for something that happened from the streets to there, and it trickled down to me. So they just took me off the compound.
Solitary confinement. That's where you're by yourself.
Yeah, you're in the cell by yourself. Well, back then they had the older prisons. I was in the older prison, and they take you out to the shower, 3 times a week. Like right now, the newer prison, they got the showers in the cell, so you ain't even got to come out your cell. But back then it was like 3 times a week you take a shower. You use the phone once a month. You get a visit. They took all my phone privileges, my visit privileges. They said I was a threat to society and I posed a threat to the compound. So they made my bed kind of like rough. I ended up getting more time. That's why I ended up doing 13 years. I was sentenced to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? When that situation occurred, they gave me more time. That's when I started writing. I was sitting in solitary confinement. Well, they call it the SHU, Special Housing Unit of Affairs. And I was just there reading books, and I started writing.
You started writing, and what was it really because you had nothing else to do, or was it something you had always had in mind to do, and you were like, let me take this opportunity? What went on?
It was bored. Like, I'm in the cell 24 hours a day. I can't even use the phone. I could write letters, but the investigation was so crazy. Like, they was just holding my mail. I'm not here. I couldn't reach out to nobody. So it was a critical situation, but I was able to make the best out of it. Like I said, you adapt to your environment. After 30 days being in there, I already had my little schedule. I work out in the morning. On the days I take showers, because the days you don't take showers, you got to be taking a bird bath and all that goofy stuff. So, I had my schedule made out in that little ass cell, and I just dealt with it.
And while you were going through all this, were you a father?
I was, but I didn't know at the time. So I'm still thinking I had no kids. I'm still running around like I'm a kid. Even in the feds, I'm still running. I got the street mentality, so.
And what did you have? Like, you just had one child that you didn't know about?
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't know about, my oldest child until probably like 2009, 2007. Rumors came about, oh, that's your son. Your son bad as hell. I'm like, what son? So, I ended up finding out who they was talking about, reached out to her, XYZ. It took some time because when I came home from prison, he was in prison. So, it was like we changed places. So when he came home, I had to wait till he came home, and we had to take the DNA test to find out he was mine or not.
And how was that? That new relationship? Was it easy? Was he, welcoming towards you? Did you have a hard time, bonding? Like, how was it?
We clicked. Because when he was in prison, I went to go visit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kept in touch. Like, when I was in prison, he kept in touch with me. He wrote me, I want to see you. You come home, XYZ. And I got home. He was in prison. Doing some time. And I was reaching out to him every time I went to Jersey. I went to go visit him, So, when he came home, I went up there and we handled our business. And the test came back, he 99.9% of mine, so it clicked right there.
Yeah. And so 13 years have passed, you get out. How's life outside? Everything is new.
Everything is different. That was one of my fears, like everything was different. I'm used to coming home from prison. You don't tell on nobody, you stand up, dude, and people's embrace you. You know what I'm saying? Shopping, XYZ, you know what I mean? You back on your feet before you know it, but this trip, It wasn't none of that. You know, majority of my friends either dead